Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Freising and welcome also to all viewers across Europe. Welcome to the draw for the FIBA Youth European Championships and the European Championships for Small Countries 2022. My name is Ljubomir Mandić. I'm the head of competitions for FIBA Europe and will be your host this morning. But before we start with the official draw proceedings, I would like to welcome for a few welcome words the FIBA Executive Director Europe, Mr. Kamil Novak.
Thank you, and also warm welcome from me here in Munich or nearby Munich. I'm very pleased to see so many people in the room. Unfortunately, over the last nearly 2 years, we got used to empty venues, not only in the arena but also the meeting room. So I'm very happy that many of you made it here. Of course, we still have many of our colleagues in the national federations all around Europe watching now online on stream. So also here from Munich to all of those who did not make it to Munich. And of course, the times of pandemic on one hand influenced all our activities, not only but also competitions. On the other hand, we all at FIBA Europe, but also here our colleagues in the national federations, we learned a lot. We adjusted. We made it happen even in the very difficult times. Of course, this is nothing we want to keep forever. And last year there was an improvement that we at least had the challengers, but of course we are here today to have the draw for the Youth European Championships. We don't want to play challengers anymore. We all hope that this will be no problem and no issue in the summer, even though, of course, we do not know. But we all have a strong belief that the competitions will now go, I would say, as usual before the pandemic. So we understand that also the national championships, the youth national championships, had a difficult time, of course, different conditions in different countries because also the restrictions were not really unified in the European countries. And we had several countries with a long period without the youth championships. So not only FIBA Europe, not only basketball, I think the whole world of sport is now concerned about the youth. I hope that we all will make it again with the young generation of players. And with that being said, I want to wish you all the best for the draw. I want to mention one more thing which is also important. You all know that after the draw we will have the organizers workshop. Why we do it? We did it in the past, but now we feel after 1.5 years, or 1 year and 1 year of challengers, it is again very important to refresh and remind everybody on what and how we want to play the championships on the court, but also the organization of the court. So also here, happy to see all of you in the afternoon and in the tomorrow's session. And now I pass back to the head of competitions, Mr. Mandic, for the draw. Good luck to everyone, and I will be very happy to see many of you also in the summer in the events. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kamil. So we are drawing today 18 competitions, 16 Youth European Championships and 2 European Championships for small countries, featuring a total of 254 youth national teams, 134 national teams for men and 120 for women, and 11 teams in the small countries events. It's a lot of competitions, and we will obviously need support with the draw. That's why I will have help today from the head of women in basketball, my colleague Elizabeth Sebrian, as well as my colleagues from the competitions department, Mr. Sinan Taze and Mr. Gintaras Leonavicius. And I would like to ask on stage to conduct the draw for the first few competitions a member of the FIBA Europe Women's Commission, Mr. Nuno Manaya from Portugal. But before we start with the draw proceedings, let's have a look at some of the highlights from the last year that the European Championships were played, some highlights of the trophy lifting from the 2019 events. Yes, we are all looking forward to those scenes again in the summer of 2022. We are now ready to start with the first draw, which is the draw for the FIBA Under-16 Women's European Championship Division B, to be played in Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. This tournament will feature 21 national teams, which means we will be drawing 3 groups of 5 and 1 group of 6. Just as a specialty at the end, in seed 6 there is only one team, which is Austria. Once we get to seed 6, after drawing Austria, we will draw a group for Austria. to determine which group they will be playing. Other than that, no restrictions for this draw, so we are ready and can start with the first team in seed 1. Serbia will go into Group A. Turkey into Group B. Sweden into Group C. That should leave Poland for Group D. We will move on to seed 2. The Netherlands into Group A. That's Belarus into Group B. That's Ukraine into Group C. And finally, Romania into Group D. Moving on to the teams in seed 3. Ireland into Group A. Norway into Group B. That's Israel into Group C. And Great Britain into Group D. Moving on to teams in seed 4. Bosnia and Herzegovina, the host, will go to Group A. Bulgaria into Group B. Switzerland into Group C. And Slovakia into Group D. Next up is seed 5. North Macedonia into Group A. Montenegro into Group B. Iceland into Group C. And Luxembourg into Group D. Now we get to seed 6. The only team in seed 6 is Austria. And now we will draw a group for Austria. Group D. Austria will automatically be assigned number 6 as they're the only team in seed 6. We will now draw the numbers for the other teams to determine the order of play. The first line will get number 5. Followed by number 1. Followed by number 4. Number 3. And number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the Under-16 Women's European Championship Division B. You can see the results here. Stay with us a few moments until we prepare the next draw. Nuno, stay with us also. The next draw is the draw for the FIBA Under-16 Women's European Championship Division A to be played in Matosinhos in Portugal. And as every Division A event will feature 16 national teams to be drawn into 4 groups of 4. You can see the seeds here on the screen. And there are no restrictions for this draw. And we will start in a few moments. Okay, we are ready to continue with seed 1 for this draw. First team from seed 1 into Group A is Italy. Spain into Group B. Russia into Group C. and France into Group D. Moving on to seed 2. Hungary into Group A. This is Germany into Group B. Latvia into Group C. And Czechia into Group D. Moving on to seed 3. Croatia into Group A. Lithuania into Group B. Belgium into Group C. And Denmark into Group D. Last but not least, seed 4. Finland into Group A. Slovenia into Group B. Portugal into Group C. The host, let's see if it was a lucky hand. And finally, Greece into Group D. Now we will draw the numbers for the teams to determine the order of play. First line will get number 4. Number 2. Number 3. And finally, number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the Under-16 Women's European Championship. Please stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the next draw. Nuno, you will stay with us for one more. Okay, the next draw will be the draw for the FIBA Under-18 Women's European Championship Division B, to be played in the Austrian towns of Oberwart and Güssing in August this summer. And this event will feature 20 national teams, which means we will today draw 4 groups of 5 in a draw without any restrictions. I think we're ready to start with the first team from Seed 1. Bosnia and Herzegovina into Group A. Sweden into Group B. Croatia into Group C. And Serbia into Group D. Moving on to Seed 2. Portugal into Group A. Slovenia into Group B. The Netherlands into Group C. And Ireland into Group D. Moving on to Seed 3. Great Britain into Group A. Ukraine into Group B. Slovakia into Group C. And Romania into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 4. Luxembourg into Group A. Bulgaria into Group B. That's Iceland in Group C. And the host Austria in Group D. Last but not least, teams in Seed 5. North Macedonia in Group A. Estonia in Group B, Norway in Group C, and finally Denmark in Group D. We will now draw the numbers for the teams to determine the order of play. That's number 1. Number 4. Number 5. Number 2. And number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the FIBA Under-18 Women's European Championship Division B. Finally, thank you, Nuno, for your support this morning. We will continue with the preparation for the next draw. The next draw today will be for the FIBA Under-18 Women's European Championship Division A, to be played in Heraklion, Greece, in the month of August. Again, Division A tournament with 16 teams to be drawn into 4 groups of 4, without any restriction for this draw. And once we are done with the preparations, which we are now, I would like to ask on stage to help us with the draw today the President of the Romanian Basketball Federation and FIBA Europe Vice President, Mrs. Carmen Tucala. And we are ready to start with the first team from Seed 1. Spain into Group A. Czechia into Group B. Hungary into Group C. And France into Group D. Moving on to Seed 2. That's Italy into Group A. Belgium into Group B. Russia into Group C, and Germany into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 3. That's Poland into Group A. Latvia into Group B. Lithuania into Group C. And Belarus into Group D. Last but not least, Seed 4. Turkey into Group A. The host, Greece, into Group B. Finland into Group C. And Israel into Group D. Now we'll draw the numbers for the teams to determine the order of play. We'll start with number 3 for the first line. Followed by number 2. Number 4. And number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the FIBA Under-18 Women's European Championship Division A. Carmen, please stay with us until we prepare the next competition. The next competition that we will draw will be for the FIBA Under-20 Women's European Championship Division B, to be played in Skopje, North Macedonia in July this year. This tournament will feature 19 national teams, which means we will be drawing 3 groups of 5 and 1 group of 4. And as a note at the beginning, the group of 4 will automatically be Group D. So the teams from Seed 5 will be drawn in the order A, B, C, and Group D will remain with 4 teams. We are ready to go, and we'll start with the first team from Seed 1. Turkey into Group A. Germany into Group B. Croatia into Group C. And Portugal into Group D. Moving on to the second seed. Ukraine into Group A. Israel into Group B. Romania into Group C. And finally, Slovenia into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 3. That's Greece into Group A. Iceland into Group B. Kosovo into Group C. And Slovakia into Group D. Next are the teams in Seed 4. Switzerland will go into Group A. Armenia into Group B. Montenegro into Group C. And Norway into Group D. Finally, we're moving to Seed 5. As mentioned before, the teams will be placed in Groups A, B, and C in subsequent order. Albania into Group A. Georgia in Group B. And the host North Macedonia in Group C. Teams in Seed 5, Albania, Georgia, and North Macedonia will automatically be assigned number 5, and we will draw now the numbers 1 to 4 to determine the order of play. Number 3 for the first line. Number 4 for the second line. Number 5, no. Yeah. Go on, continue. Number 2. And finally, number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the FIBA Under-20 Women's European Championship Division B. We will prepare now the next competition. Carmen, you stay with us for one more. The next competition is the FIBA Under-20 Women's European Championship Division A, to be played in Sopron, Hungary in the month of July this summer. Again, it's a tournament of 16 national teams, so we will draw 4 groups of 4 without any restrictions. And I think we're ready to go with the team from Seed 1. Okay, the first team drawn is France into Group A. Italy into Group B. Spain into Group C. And Serbia into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 2. Hungary, the host in Group A. Belgium in Group B. Poland in Group C. And Russia in Group D. Next up are the teams from Seed 3. The Netherlands in Group A. Sweden in Group B. Lithuania in Group C. And Latvia in Group D. Last but not least, Seed 4. Czechia into Group A. That's Finland in Group B. Bulgaria into Group C, and finally Ireland in Group D. And now only the numbers to go. We start with number 1. Followed by number 2. Let's see if you can get the order right. Number 4. And number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the Under-20 Women's European Championship Division A. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Elizabeth. We will take some moments to prepare the next 2 draws. So the next draw we will have, or the next draws we will have, will be for the Youth Division C tournaments and for the European Championships for small countries. We will start now with the Under-16 Women's European Championship Division C. This will be played in the town of Korče in Albania and will feature 6 national teams, which means we will be drawing 2 groups of 3 here. And once we are ready with the preparations, I will also invite the guests to help us here with the draw. Very good. I would like to invite on stage the President of the Basketball Federation of Malta, Mr. Paul Sultana. Welcome, Paul. We'll start with seed 1 and the first team. It's the host Albania into Group A. Moldova into Group B. Malta into Group A. And Cyprus into Group B. Andorra in Group A. And Armenia into Group B. quick one. We'll just draw the numbers here for the lines to determine the order of play. Number 2. Followed by number 1. And number 3. This concludes the draw for the Under-16 Women's European Championship Division C. Let's have a quick look at the results again. And as we have already prepared the draw for the next competition, we will jump right over to that one. It is the FIBA Under-18 Women's European Championship Division C to be played in Andorra, also with 6 national teams, and we will be drawing 2 groups of 3, and are ready to start now with the first team. Albania into Group A. Georgia into Group B. Malta into Group A. Gibraltar into Group B. Andorra, the host, into Group A. And Moldova into Group B. We'll continue with the numbers to determine the order of play. Number 2. Number 1. And number 3. This concludes the draw for the Under-18 Women's European Championship Division C. Stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the next competitions. Okay, we're almost ready. The next draw will be for the European Championship for small countries, the Women's European Championship for small countries, to take place in Nicosia, Cyprus. This is an event with 5 national teams, which means they will play in one group round-robin system, the group of 5. There's one specialty here for this draw. Basically, we will draw the teams and they will be assigned the numbers in the order that they come out. So the first team will get number 1, the second team will get number 2, and so on. The only specialty here is upon request of the host federation, Cyprus, to have a game on the last game day. They will not be assigned number 2. So if Cyprus comes out second, we will draw another team for number 2, and Cyprus will go back into the pot to receive another number. Okay, let's start with the first team. Cyprus with number 1. Kosovo, number 2. Andorra is number 3. That's Norway with number 4. And Malta with number 5. This concludes the draw for the Women's European Championship for small countries. And as we have already prepared the draw for the next competition, I would first like to thank Paul for his assistance today, and I would like to invite on stage the next guest to help us conduct the draws. I would like to ask a member of the FIBA Europe Youth Commission and the Secretary General of the Kosovo Basketball Federation, Mrs. Elvira Dushku. Hello, Elvira. The next draw is for the European Championship for small countries, men, to be played in Takali, Malta. With 6 national teams, we will be drawing 2 groups of 3. And we're ready to start with the first draw. Andorra into Group A. That's Armenia in Group B. That's the host Malta into Group A. San Marino in Group B. Azerbaijan into Group A. And finally, Gibraltar into Group B. Drawing the numbers to determine the order of play. Number 3 for the first line. Followed by number 1. And number 2. This concludes the draw for the European Championship for small countries. You see the results there. Please stay with us until we prepare the next competition. So the draw for the next competition is the FIBA Under-18 European Championship Division C to take place in San Marino in the month of July this year. This is the biggest Division C competition of the year. We'll feature 10 national teams, and we will be drawing 2 groups of 5 today without any restrictions, so we're ready to start with seed 1. Albania into Group A. Luxembourg into Group B. Monaco into Group A. Azerbaijan into Group B. Moving on to seed 3. This is San Marino, the host, into Group A. And that should be Moldova into Group B. Malta into Group A. And Gibraltar into Group B. Andorra into Group A. And Armenia into Group B. We'll now draw the numbers for the lines to determine the order of play. We start with number 4. Number 1. Number 3. Number 2. And number 5. This concludes the draw for the Under-18 European Championship Division C. Elvira, stay with us for one more draw, and we will prepare the next competition. The next draw is for the Under-16 European Championship Division C to be played in Pristina, Kosovo with 8 national teams, and we will be drawing today 2 groups of 4. And I think we're ready to go to start with the first team. Kosovo into Group A as the host. Andorra into Group B. That is Albania into Group A. And Gibraltar into Group B. San Marino into Group A. And Moldova into Group B. Malta into Group A. And Armenia into Group B. Now we'll continue with the numbers. We start with number 3 for the first line. Followed by number 1. Number 4. Should be number 2. This concludes the draw for the Under-16 European Championship Division C. Thank you for your support, Elvira, and also thank you, Sinan. We will take a few moments to prepare the next competitions, and we are now 2/3 through today's draws, so in order to make sure everybody is still following, we can take a look at some of the highlights from the 2019 tournaments and their top place. course, we are looking forward to many more highlights like this to come. We are now on the finishing line of this morning's draws, and we'll now continue with the next draw. In order to help us with this draw today, I would like to ask on stage the Vice President of the Basketball Federation of Georgia, Mr. Vladimir Bojsa. The Under-16 European Championship Division B will be played in Sofia, Bulgaria, and will feature 24 national teams, which means we will be drawing 4 groups of 6 without restrictions, so we're ready to start with the first seed. That's Estonia into Group A. Montenegro into Group B. Bosnia and Herzegovina into Group C. And Germany into Group D. Moving on to Seed 2, Belgium into Group A. This is Czechia into Group B. Great Britain into Group C. And Ukraine into Group D. Moving on to Seed 3, Georgia with the broad smile in Group A. Bulgaria into Group B. Sweden into Group C. And Finland into Group D. Moving on to Seed 4. That's Hungary into Group A. Iceland will go into Group B. Portugal into Group C. And Romania into Group D. Cyprus from Seed 5 into Group A. Switzerland into Group B. Belarus into Group C. And Ireland into Group D. Last but not least, Seed 6. That's Austria into Group A. Luxembourg into Group B. Norway into Group C. And Slovakia into Group D. We will now continue to draw the numbers to determine the order of play. First number is number 2. Number 1. That's number 6. Number 4. Number 3. And number 5. And this concludes the draw for the Under-16 European Championship Division B. Stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the draw for the next competition. Next competition is the Under-16 European Championship Division A, to be played in Skopje, North Macedonia in August this year. We will have here again 16 national teams, and we'll be drawing 4 groups of 4 without any restrictions, so we can start with the teams from Seed 1. France into Group A. Croatia into Group B. Turkey into Group C. And Spain into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 2. This is Lithuania into Group A. Serbia into Group B. That's Italy into Group C. And Greece into Group D. From Seed 3, Israel into Group A. Slovenia into Group B. Latvia into Group C. And Russia into Group D. Moving on to Seed 4. It's the Netherlands in Group A. Denmark in Group B. Poland into Group C. And the host, North Macedonia, into Group D. We will start the numbers with drawing number 3 for the first line. Followed by number 2. Number 1. And number 4. This concludes the draw for the Under-16 European Championship Division A. Please stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the next competition. Okay, we're ready to go. The next draw is for the Under-18 European Championship Division B, to be played in Oradea, Romania, with 24 teams, and we will be drawing 4 groups of 6 without any restrictions. And Vladimir is quick to start with the first team, which is Ukraine. Will go into Group A. That's the Netherlands into Group B. Latvia into Group C. And Finland into Group D. From Seed 2, we have Estonia into Group A. Bosnia and Herzegovina into Group B. Portugal into Group C. Belgium in Group D. From seed 3, Iceland will go into Group A. Bulgaria into Group B. Hungary into Group C. Sweden into Group D. Moving on to seed 4, Belarus into Group A. Georgia into Group B. Slovakia into Group C. And North Macedonia into Group D. Moving already to seed 5, we have Denmark going into Group A. Norway into Group B. Switzerland into Group C. Austria into Group D. And in seed 6, Ireland will go to Group A. Kosovo into Group B. The host Romania into Group C. And finally Cyprus into Group D. We'll draw all numbers for the lines to determine the order of play. We will start with number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 1. Number 5. And number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the Under-18 European Championship Division B. I want to thank Vladimir for his support this morning. Please stay with us a few moments until we prepare the next competition. Okay. We're getting towards the end. The next competition that we will be drawing is the Under-18 European Championship Division A to be played in Konya, Turkey. And in order to assist us with this and the next draws, it is a special pleasure to announce a member of the FIBA Europe Competitions Commission and legendary coach, Mr. Pini Gershon. Welcome, Pini. We'll start immediately with the first teams from Seed 1. France will go into Group A. Spain into Group B. Serbia into Group C. And Lithuania into Group D. From Seed 2, Russia will go into Group A. The host Turkey into Group B. Greece into Group C. And Italy into Group D. Moving on to Seed 3.
Wait a second.
Great Britain into Group A. Germany into Group B. Slovenia into Group C. And Montenegro into Group D. Now we're moving to Seed 4. Israel into Group A. Poland into Group B. Czechia into Group C. And finally Croatia into Group D. move on to the numbers to determine the order of play. First number is number 1. Followed by number 3. Number 4. And number 2. This concludes the draw for the Under-18 European Championship Division A. Please stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the next competition. We should be soon ready for the next competition, which is the Under-20 European Championship Division B, to be played in Tbilisi in Georgia. This tournament will feature 20 national teams. We will be drawing 4 groups of 5. There is one specialty in this draw based on a decision by the board of FIBA Europe. The national teams of Serbia and Kosovo will be kept on separate sides of the draw, which means if Serbia lands in Group A or B, the national team of Kosovo will be placed in Group C or D, or vice versa. We're ready to start with the first teams from Seed 1. This is Iceland in Group A. Sweden in Group B. Poland in Group C. And Serbia in Group D. Romania into Group A. Georgia, the host, in Group B. That's Latvia in Group C. And Finland in Group D. Moving on to Seed 3. The Netherlands into Group A. North Macedonia in Group B. That's Hungary into Group C. And Albania into Group D. Now, before Seed C, a reminder, the national team of Kosovo should be placed in the opposite side of the draw, meaning has to go into either Groups A or B. If with the first two other teams are drawn, they will be automatically moved to the next available group. This is Estonia into Group A. Now the national team of Kosovo must go into Group B. And well done, Pini. Kosovo into Group B. This is Bulgaria into Group C. And Slovakia into Group D. Last but not least, teams in Seed 5. Luxembourg will go into Group A. Austria into Group B. Ireland into Group C. And Switzerland into Group D. Now only the numbers are left for this competition. We start with number 2 for the first line. Number 1. Number 3. Number 5. And number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the Under-20 European Championship Division B. Please stay with us for a few moments until we prepare the last draw for this morning. Can you wait a little bit? Ah. Okay. The last draw for today is the draw for the Under-20 European Championship Division A to be played in Podgorica, Montenegro with 16 teams. So we will be drawing 4 groups of 4 and are drawing now the first team from Seed 1. It's France into Group A. Israel into Group B. Spain into Group C. And Germany into Group D. Moving on to Seed 2. Croatia into Group A. Greece into Group B. Lithuania into Group C. And Turkey into Group D. Moving on to teams in Seed 3. Slovenia into Group A. Italy into Group B. Ukraine into Group C. And the host Montenegro into Group D. Last seed for today. This is Belgium into Group A. Portugal into Group B. Czechia into Group C. And finally Russia into Group D. Also the last numbers for today to determine the order of play of this competition. It's number 4 for the first line. Number 1. Number 3. And number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the draw for the FIBA Under-20 European Championship. Thank you, Pini, for your support. Thank you, all of the guests and viewers today. Thank you again to all of the guests today that have helped to conclude these draws. I want to end by wishing all of the participating teams the best of luck in the summer 2022. Most importantly, to stay healthy, but also to enjoy the action of the Youth European Championships when they return to court in the summer. Thank you very much and have a nice day.